as a basketball and Nuggets fan, but when the NBA announced 2 weeks ago that the lockout was over and that the players and owners had reached an agreement on a new CBA, it was a very pleasant surprise for me. So I'm very excited about this year. I'm glad that basketball is back. I'm glad that we're getting a season, and I really can't wait to see what this Nuggets team can do in 2011-2012. In this video, I'm going to give my season outlook for the Nuggets for this upcoming season, talk about some of the things and some of the questions that the Nuggets have going into this year, and what we can expect from the Nuggets, and just kind of touch various amount of topics here in this video. First off, looking at what we did last season, obviously we won 50 games. It was the fourth straight season now we've won at least 50 games. Big accomplishment for us as an organization. We did finish with an official record of 50 wins and 32 losses. We were second place in the Northwest Division behind the Oklahoma City Thunder. We obviously had the big black cloud hanging over us for a majority of the season last year with the whole Carmelo Anthony trade situation. Finally settled that just before the NBA trade deadline, and we're able to finish the season strong even without Carmelo. We went 18-7 without Melo last year, and we're still able to make the playoffs. We obviously lost in the first round to the Oklahoma City Thunder 4-1, but we stuck with the Thunder. In the 4 games we lost to the Thunder in the playoffs, we only lost by an average of 6.75 points per game. So we were with the Thunder game in and game out, and played hard, played extremely tough, but the Thunder just made a couple more shots and plays than we did. I mean, Kevin Durant was phenomenal against us last year, and Serge Ibaka was great as well. He was too good on the glass for us, and really hurt our front court and did a great job against our bigs. So it was a tough way to end the season last year as a Nuggets fan, but a lot of good things came out. I mean, that was our 8th straight playoff appearance, and we were right there with the Thunder, who are a very, very good team. So I think there's a lot to look forward to as a Nuggets fan in the near future. Talking about some of the moves the Nuggets made in the offseason, obviously we made a draft day trade where we acquired point guard Andre Miller and the draft rights to forward Jordan Hamilton. We also drafted Kenneth Faried with our first round pick at pick number 22. I think all 3 of these guys are going to be great additions to our team. First off, you look at Andre Miller. I think when you have a young team like we do, and a lot of the young talented guys we have, we need a veteran presence on our team. I think Andre Miller brings that to the table. I think his leadership will really help this young team develop overall as a team, and really help us out in critical situations down the stretch in games. And Andre Miller's a nice change of pace to Ty Lawson. They're very different style point guards. Ty Lawson is more of a get up and go, fast break type of point guard. Is a speedster at the point guard position, is a lot more athletic, a lot more offensively gifted, if you will, than Andre Miller, and is a lot more effective offensive player than Andre Miller is. But Andre Miller is kind of your more slow it down type of point guard. He's definitely kind of your half court style type of point guard, and he's a guy that's a lot bigger than Ty Lawson. He's got a lot better post game, better rebounder, also is probably a better defender. And is just a really nice change of pace from Ty Lawson. So I think their 2 styles will complement each other, and I like that 1-2 punch we're going to have at the point guard position with Ty Lawson and now Andre Miller. Kenneth Faried, on the other hand, I think is going to have a big year for us. He's going to have to contribute right away with Kenyon Martin being over in China. Looks like Kenyon will probably not be a Nugget ever again. And it is what it is. I wish Kenyon Martin the best. Wish he was still here, but I think Kenneth Faried can really do some damage this season. And I think he can fill in for Kenyon. I mean, this is a guy that plays with a ton of effort, a ton of energy, is a very good shot blocker, very good defensive player in general. I think he will kind of make up for the defensive presence we're going to lose in Kenyon. I think Faried will make up for that. I think he'll help us become a better defensive team. He's a great, relentless rebounder. He's going to help us in terms of our ability to rebound the ball offensively. I think we'll be a better offensive rebounding team due to Kenneth Faried's addition to our team. And I think he's a guy that is a lot better offensively than people think, and he's got a ton of potential. I think he can average a double-double eventually in this league, and I think he's a great pickup for our team. And Jordan Hamilton, I think, can be a nice scorer for us off the bench. Obviously, with no J.R. Smith this year, we're going to need someone to contribute off the bench and be our go-to guy, 6th man, if you will, coming off our bench, and I think Hamilton can be that guy. He's a very talented scorer. He's a guy that does take a little too many shots, so he's going to definitely have to work on his shot selection, but he's a guy that's got a ton of potential, extremely gifted athletically, is a guy that's a better defender than people give him credit for. Obviously, he's got to improve on that, and he's got a ton of upside, and I think he can have also a big impact on this team. So next thing I want to talk about is, are we going to see breakout seasons from Danilo Gallinari and Ty Lawson this year. We're definitely going to need them to both have breakout years this season if we want to make the playoffs again. 14 games with us, Danilo Gallinari averaged about 14.7 points per game, about 5 rebounds a game, a steal a game, had 131 shot attempts, 54 three-point shot attempts, and averaged about 10 shots per game last season. That's definitely going to go up. I mean, Gallinari is going to be asked to do a lot more this year. I'd love to see him continue to improve as a defender. I thought defensively he was very good with us last year. I'd love to see him continue to develop his post game. And this is a guy that's probably going to be our go-to guy offensively, and is probably going to be asked to be our the guy that take the last shot, if you will, is probably going to be Gallinari, and he's going to take a ton of more shots this year, and is going to be our primary weapon and our primary go-to guy offensively. And it'll be interesting to see how he handles the pressure of that role. And I think he can have a breakout season. I really like Danilo Gallinari. I think he plays with great energy. I think he fits very well here. He's a guy that also can really get to the basket easily and attacks the basket with great aggression, and does a great job of getting to the foul line. And I think you'll see him get to the free throw line more this year. And I'd love to see Gallinari average about 18, 19 points per game this season, continue to improve as a defender and rebounder, and I think he can have a breakout season. Ty Lawson, on the other hand, last year, had four double-doubles last year for us. Averaged about 12 points per game, 5 assists per game. Only played about 26 minutes, so that's definitely going to go up. He only averaged about 9 shots per game, and that's also going to go. Lawson's definitely going to also have a bigger offensive role this year. He's going to play more than 26 minutes. He's going to be asked to take more than 8 to 9 shots a game. We'd like to continue to see him improve as a passer, and I think him and Gallinari can be a great 1-2 scoring punch, and I think the potential that both of them have is great. I'd love to see us run a little more pick and roll as well with Ty Lawson. I think he's really great at attacking the basket. I think he gets not enough credit for his ability to get to the free throw line and attack the basket. Has some great finishes around the rim, and I look forward to see him continue to develop as a player, continue to improve that perimeter shot of his. And him and Gallinari, I'm hoping to see them both have breakout years. We're definitely going to need it, and they're both going to definitely be asked to have bigger roles offensively this season. The other thing the Nuggets are going to have to address this season is what's the impact of the loss of Kenyon Martin, J.R. Smith, and Wilson Chandler going to have on this team. If you don't know by now, all three of them are overseas playing in the Chinese Professional League. There's been some rumblings that Wilson Chandler, will be able to come back overseas soon and play in the NBA. He will be a restricted free agent, I believe. And the Nuggets would obviously love to keep him. I'd love to see Wilson stay here, but the Nuggets also are not going to overpay him, and I'm sure he's going to get some pretty big offers from other teams. As for J.R. Smith, there's also some rumblings that he may come back to, the NBA, be able to come back overseas, kind of nullify his contract over there. But it doesn't look likely he'll resign with the Nuggets. He already kind of hinted before the season ended last year that he wouldn't be back. And he'll probably get a ton of offers from other teams, and he's another guy that's been somewhat of a headache here, but I've always enjoyed watching JR play here with the Nuggets. I'd love to have him back, but I don't see it happening. And as for Kenyon Martin, apparently he's going to stay over in China and play the season out there, which ends in February, I believe. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with him. He's a guy that I think thinks he deserves more money than he's really worth, and I don't think the Nuggets are going to pay him what he wants. If we can get Kenyon on a veteran minimum type contract, I'd love to have him back. He was the heart and soul of our defense last season, is a great leader for this team last year, and would be a great leader once again for this team this season. But he's a guy that I don't think the Nuggets should overpay, and I don't think we will. And I think he'll sign with a veteran team like Boston or something along those lines. The deal that we had with Kenyon Martin, that we signed with him back in 03, going into the 03 or 4 season when he was coming off his best year in New Jersey, was just a ridiculous contract for us, and it's great to kind of be out of that contract finally. I mean, Kenyon made $60 million last year. It's just ridiculous. So I wish all three of those guys the best wherever they end up, but it's very unlikely that Kenyon and JR will be back with us this season, and Wilson Chandler, we may have a shot, but again, the Nuggets are not going to overpay him. So be interested to see how our team plays without those three guys this year. Now talking about probably the biggest issue that the Nuggets are going to have to face this offseason, and the biggest issue that they're already dealing with this offseason, is being able to re-sign Nene and Aaron Aflalo. Right now the Nuggets are, from what my understanding, doing all they can to get both these guys back. From what I've heard about Nene, apparently he is down to re-signing with us or signing with the New Jersey Nets. He's a guy that I felt has always been overpaid, at least for the past couple seasons. And do I want Nene back? Yes, but do I think Nene is worth, upwards of $50 to $60 million? No. I think Nene is a really good center in a league with only one truly elite center in Dwight Howard. That's kind of how I put it in terms of my feelings on Nene. But I'd love to have him back. I mean, last year he had a very good season, averaged about 14 points per game, 8 rebounds a game, was still in a block per game, was a great defensive presence for us. And he was our top rebounder last year. We all know about his efficiency, shoots 61% from the field, is extremely athletic, and as a guy that had, his best season last year. There's a lot to like about Nene. Like I said, we're better with him than we are without him, but I don't think we should overpay him, to re-sign him. Like I said, I don't think Nene is worth $60 million. So we'll have to see, what happens with Nene. I'm sure when he makes his decision finally, I'll come make a video again and talk about it. But as of right now, it looks like he's down to us and the Nets. Love to have Nene back. He's a huge part of our team. Without him, we have little to no depth and little to no scoring threat in our front court. So we need him back. But again, I don't think the Nuggets should overpay to re-sign Nene. Aaron Aflalo, he said multiple times that he wants to stay here. The Nuggets want him here as well. So I'm pretty sure we're going to re-sign Aflalo. I just think, we haven't re-signed him yet because we're waiting on Nene. And that's really unfortunate for Aaron because, he wants to be here. We want him here. And I'm hoping we can get a deal done with him. Aaron Aflalo is by far our best perimeter defender. His work ethic is unmatched, and he averaged 13 points per game, was our top three-point shooter, was our top defender, like I said before, is definitely our best perimeter defender, and is a big part of our success. So, I'm really hoping we can get Aflalo back. There's a lot of teams apparently interested in him though. The Lakers want him, the Bulls want him, and a couple other teams. So the Nuggets better get going on his negotiations with Aflalo. I think he will. So I'm pretty sure Aflalo will be back, but I'm a little concerned that he will sign with someone else. I hope not though, because I really like Aaron Aflalo. I love the way he plays, and he's a huge part of our team. And as George Karl put it, he's kind of the glue that holds this team together, and it'd be a shame if we lost him. So like I said, I'm sure I'll come back and make an update video on both those situations with Aflalo and Nene, and regardless of what happens with either guy, give you guys my take on it. But I'm definitely hoping we can re-sign both these guys, and I think keeping both of them would be a huge plus for us. The last thing I want to talk about here in this video is the trade the Nuggets made today. If you haven't heard already, the Nuggets went out and were able to acquire Rudy Fernandez and Corey Brewer from the Dallas Mavericks for a future second-round pick. I think it's a pretty good trade for the Nuggets. We were able to utilize our trade exception that we got in the Melo deal to take on the salaries of both Rudy Fernandez and Corey Brewer, so that's a plus. And we added 2 players for only a second-round pick, so you gotta love that. Rudy Fernandez is a guy that I haven't liked, to be honest with you, throughout his career so far in the NBA. Obviously played for one of our bigger rivals in the Portland Trail Blazers. Had some pretty good games against us a couple times. I think he's one of the bigger floppers in the NBA, but still is a talented guy. I'm happy to have him here. He's not the greatest defensive player in the world, but he's getting better in that part of his game. Is a real kind of lanky guy, lanky defender. Is a long guy, if you will, has a pretty long wingspan, and is a very capable scorer. I mean, throughout his career, he's averaged about 9 points per game. Shot 36% from the three-point line and 85% from the free throw line. We all know how bad we were in terms of our free throw shooting last season, especially in the playoffs. So it's good to add a pretty good free throw shooter here in Rudy Fernandez. And he's another guy that can replace what we're losing in J.R. Smith. He can be a scorer for us coming off the bench, be that 7th, 8th guy for us coming off the bench. Will help our perimeter shooting. Is definitely a very good three-point shooter is Fernandez. And I think he gives us a nice offensive threat coming off the bench. So happy to have Fernandez. And as for Corey Brewer, I think he's also a great addition. He's a very good defender, very good perimeter defender. He's also kind of a tall, lanky guy, long guy, if you will. 6'9", so gives us some size. I like that. And is a capable scorer in his own right. He's also, throughout his career, averaged about 9 points per game, shooting about 31% from the three-point line. I like the addition of Corey Brewer as well. I think he's got a lot of potential. I think he's got a lot of room for improvement, and like I said, I like the size he gives us. And with him being 6'9", I think he's a good defender, definitely a good perimeter defender, and is a capable outside shooter, capable scorer. And I think both these guys can definitely help us now, and I'm excited to see what they do with us this year. Back to make another video, obviously, for an update on the Nene and Aflalo situations, see if they both resign or if they go somewhere else. And obviously I'll be back with a video to talk about any moves the Nuggets make this offseason via free agency or trade. So that's it for me, guys. Thanks so much for watching again, and as always, go Nuggets.